All right, so I don't really know how to explain how Flexo fits. Okay, so Flexo, the man, the robot. He's a rubber man, but he's actually a robot. But he's not even a robot anymore. He's actually a symbiote. If you guys know anything about like symbiotes like Venom and shit, Flexo the Rubber Man has been retconned to be a symbiote that was captured and experimented on by two scientists. And as a result, he became sort of tame, but he's a horrible monster, but he's sort of tamed. And he became Flexo the Rubber Man, and they just kind of parade him around like a robot. Of course, none of that has anything to do with what we're about to read today. This is Flexo the Rubber Man as he was in the Golden Age. But yeah, all of this as of now has been retconned. But if you look at this, this is Flexo, and he has obviously the power to flex, and he's obviously ridiculously strong, which makes sense. Doctors Joel and Joshua Williams, two famous scientists, created Flexo the Rubber Man after years of experimentation. Made of live rubber, filled with a secret gas, and operated by remote control. Flexo has the strength of a bullet, has the speed of a bullet, the strength of an ox, and the ability to zoom through the air like a bird. So Superman rules is basically what's going on here. But no, he doesn't. Because he's actually, turns out he's a symbiote, which I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that interesting for this character? I don't know. They took him and they decided to put a spin on him and rebuild him for modern audiences, and that's what we got. He was secretly retconned as a symbiote. The two scientists are engaged in further experiments and require the use of radium. They have made arrangements to borrow a supply from the local hospital, but can only use it during the night since the hospital uses it for cancer patients during the day. Radium? To treat cancer patients? Is that true? It's radioactive. They need radiation, goddammit. They receive a call from the hospital telling them to pick up the radium. 10 p.m., okay? We'll be there. Okay. The doctors rush to the hospital and are met by Beazle, an intern. Here it is, gentlemen, $500,000 worth of radium. Really? Wow. You're just gonna hand that off like that? We'll have it back in the morning. Are you kidding? I would fucking run for the hills with that shit. Jesus. Please sign this receipt. We certainly will, Dr. Beazle. I thought he was an intern. Are interns doctors? Radium is so valuable and so scarce, someday we'll work on a substitute for it. Hey, Joel, look, what? They see an excited girl running towards them. Help! She needs help. My father has gone mad. He has a knife and is going to kill my mother. Oh, shit. What kind of twisted shit is that? Right this way, please, hurry! Why? There is nobody in there. What do you mean there's nobody in there? Ah! It was a setup! From behind the door steps Beazle, gun in hand. Oh, fuck, he's gonna steal the radium. Hand over the radium, quick, goddammit. Give it to him, Joel, he means business. Yeah, he's got a gat. He brought the giggity gat, which means in this situation, he is the winner. This is a perfect crime. I have the receipt proving you have received the radium. But you can't sell it, it's useless to you. I'm not going to sell it. It's for the chief, the professor. He needs it to complete his death ray machine. Then he'll take as much money as he wants right out of the mint. Oh, okay. So they're going to use it for a death ray. What the fuck does any of this have to do with Flexo, goddammit? I'll come back for you later. The professor likes to wipe out his victims in fancy? What does that mean? That's some lingo that I don't get. He likes to be fancy when he kills people. Scientific style. Now don't get lonesome. Left alone in the room, the two brothers move their chairs until they are back to back. Josh fishes in Joel's pocket until he manages to take out the remote control. They are going to attempt to control Flexo from a distance for the first time. What? So Flexo is just alive? Yep, there he is. They operate the super sensitive remote control device. Then, back in William's laboratory, Flexo the Rubber Man slowly begins to rise. Uh-oh. This is terrifying. That is scary. When you consider the fact that Flexo has been retconned to be a symbiote, That's fucking scary, seeing him rise and seeing him move. For a moment, the Rubber Man trembles as his delicate mechanism responds to the remote control device. Then, with the speed of a bullet, Flexo whizzes through the electric eye-controlled door. Made buoyant by his secret gas interior, the Rubber Man zooms over the city like a bird. Landing in front of the house where his masters are held captive, Flexo bounces up to the second-story window and crashes through. Remarkably, Flexo responds to their every command. Yes, he is better than we had expected. But, unfortunately, Bezel is returning. Oh, but no, he's not. Because as Bezel enters, he is pounced on by Flexo. I thought, doesn't he eat him? Yeah, I haven't got it. I gave the radium to the chief. Then where is he? Talk! Alright, well, Flexo so far. Flexo is nothing but their crony. Flexo ain't nothing. He's just there to do their bidding. He is a soulless, empty robot. That's it. I'm not going to talk. You guys will get yours. I've got 3 buddies waiting outside. We'll take care of... Well, Flexo will take care of them. You ain't gonna do shit. You're gonna hit the button on the control. Flexo is the real hero right now, and I think all of you guys will agree with me. The waiting gangsters, suspecting a trap, start to drive off as Flexo comes running out of the house. But the Rubber Man crashes his feet through the rear window of the car and hangs onto the pole. Oh, he's like a slinky. Look at that. And they came back. The irate thugs pile out of the car. You can't leave, not with Flexo around. But the Rubber Man stretches his arms and he pins them helplessly. Hey, what's going on here? Here are some customers for you, officer. There is another one inside. The 2 doctors and Flexo rushed back to the laboratory, picked up a radium locator, and then went to the airport and chartered a plane. Why? Where are they going? Oh, they're going to get the chief. They want their goddamn radium back. back and forth across the city they fly until suddenly the radium locator flashes, indicating that they are flying over the precious element. The radium is on this block. Now fly low over it again so that we can send Flexo down there to do our shit for us. Oh, look, the door is open. And it is a trap! In the house, they find their way barred by 2 electrically charged robots. Ah, watch out, them robots are charged! As opposed to uncharged robots. Let's see. Joel commands Flexo to combat the robots as the high voltage electricity has no effect on his rubber body. That's quite an advantage. Flexo has no difficulty in rendering them completely useless. Shame. Continuing further into a house, a heavy iron gate drops in their path. We're not licked yet, Flexo. Go through the bars. Flexo's rubber body enables him to squeeze through the bars. The gangsters rush out and begin shooting at Flexo, but the holes in his live rubber body close as quickly as the bullets pass through them. Oh, that's... Well, he's a symbiote, so you can't kill a symbiote with bullets. Gee whiz, we can't even hurt this guy. No, you can't. He's a robot. When the gangsters fall into their mission to repulse Flexo, Dr. Murdo... Ah, that's an evil name if I've ever heard one. The mad scientist appears in person. Out of the way, fools, I shall destroy him with the corrosive acid. That's... okay, yeah, let's see if that works. But at that moment, Joel makes the proper contact on the remote control device. A spurt of gas shoots out from the Rubber Man's chest, immediately disabling Murdo. So he just has gas attack powers? He just has that? I guess. Oh, no, that's the gas that's inside of him. It came out. He shoots out the gas that's inside of him. He shoots it out. The gangsters, subdued, Flexo pulls the switch which raises the iron gate. Joel and Josh soon find the death ray machine. The machine shall never be used to aid the lawless. Wreck it, Flexo. I won't do it, but you do it. And then they find the radium. There's the fucking radium. The police station. We have captured a vicious band of killers. Send a squad of men over at once. And so the unholy plan of the mad scientist and his gangsters were thwarted by Flexo and his 2 masters. Follow the further adventures of Flexo the Rubber Man, the next issue of Daring Comics. And we shall, because there is another story, Flexo the Rubber Man. Oh look, by Jack Binder. Mr. Jack Binder, I've never heard of that fellow before. He makes one hell of a hero if maybe he's not the best writer. He's maybe not the most interesting writer. But, yeah, we'll see how he does. Flexo the Rubber Man, in his creation of the eminent scientists Joel and Joshua Williams. His body made of live rubber and filled with a secret gas. Flexo has the speed of an arrow and the ability to fly through the air like an eagle. For weeks, the Williams brothers have been working on a secret torpedo repeller for the US Navy. I have it finished at last. Then you fly it to Washington, Joel, goddammit. I'll remain here and work on the new explosive. So they're military scientists. Alright, that makes sense. They're military scientists and they use a robot that is flexible to kill people. Joel takes off in their private plane. Oh man, they must have some money. But in a heavily wooded sector, Carl Deimos, a foreign agent, is watching the skies with his henchmen. God damn those foreign agents. God damn them. The spy's ray gun cuts off the ignition. And Joel glides into a clearing in the forest. Oh, thank you, Doctor. My government can use this torpedo repeller. Upon landing, what does it mean? Explain. How do you repel a torpedo? Isn't that a projectile weapon? How do you do that? What is it? Fucking force field? Okay, let's see if he dies. As soon as it gets dark, the wolves will feast on you. I leave you with that pleasant thought. You monsters! Left alone, Joel taps out a message on his vest button transmitter key, a portable transmitter that is inside of his pocket. Yes, Joel, I will leave at once. Then, back at the Williams laboratory, Josh takes Flexo from his cabinet and prepares to rescue his brother. Oh man, the stakes could not... Look at him! Oh my god! Look at him riding on Flexo's back like that. Jesus Christ. That is truly terrifying. Knowing full well that he's like a symbiote. Oof. Operated by the remote control device in his hands, the rubber man zooms into the air with his passenger. When darkness falls, the prowling wolves approach the helpless doctor. He was right. He was right. Wolves did in fact show up. Have courage, Joel. Flexo is here. You're useless, but Flexo's the guy. Look at him throwing wolves around like it's nothing. Flexo wades into the pack of wolves. He grabs one by the tail and swings it like a toy, as though enjoying the tussle. The rubber man makes short work of the vicious animals. It's spies, I tell ya. They brought my plane down with a ray gun. They covered me with pistols and stole the repeller. Let's get the plane and find out what is wrong. Okay, the coil is burnt, but we can't take off in this small space. I've got an idea. We can fix it with Flexo. Flexo is their solution to everything, man. Okay, how's he gonna do it? Flexo lifts the plane and its two passengers high into the air until it has sufficient altitude. It clears the trees. The powerful magnetic rays and the repeller should affect the compass and lead us to the spies. Alright, the repeller is right below us. The spies must be down in the mine. The elevator is at the bottom. The buoyant rubber man carries the masters down the shaft. They're probably in that room up ahead. You insist on following me, eh? Who is it? Oh, look, it's the spy. It's Mr. Spyman. But this time, he has Flexo to protect him. Deimos sets off a charge of dynamite, which brings down the walls and ceiling. In a moment, they are buried beneath a mass of rocks and heavy timbers. But luckily, Flexo is there to solve their problem for them. If you guys haven't noticed a pattern forming, it should just be Flexo. But it's weird because Flexo has no will of his own. He's powerful, and he seemingly has no personality. He is empty. He is like a void. He is merely under the command of these guys. I don't know, something about that is definitely creepy. There's a creepiness to it. Are you hurt, Josh? No, just a few scratches. What about Flexo? Does anybody care about Flexo? Does anybody care what Flexo is feeling? But the holes in Flexo's live rubber body close as fast as the bullets pass through him. Flexo hurls a loaded coal car at the spies. Some of them fall under the avalanche of anthracite? What is anthracite? What is it used for? I wonder. You rubber monstrosity, I'll deflate ya! Nope. The amazing rubber man twists his flexible body around and then unwinds himself, his arms whirling like a windmill. The spies fall under the machine gun blows. During the fracas, Deimos and a few Confederates escape with the repeller. They went up the shaft! Quick, Flexo, you do something about it! And he does. Look at Flexo going after them. Landing in front of the oncoming car, Flexo plants himself in the road. Smashing the speeding car rams into the Rubber Man, but the resilience of his powerful body hurls it backwards, somersaulting crazily towards the edge of the road. Does it go over? And it does! Deimos and his henchmen are dumped out of the car as it goes downward. Jesus Christ. Oh, no! Get the repeller! Get the repeller! Oh, well, yeah, Flexo, you do it. You get that shit. Oh, he did it. Flexo zooms down the side of the cliff and catches the delicate instruments before it reaches the rocks below. He zooms back to his masters. Good work, Flexo. You saved the repeller, not us. You did it. And so, doctors Joel and Joshua Williams continue their journey to Washington with the torpedo repeller. Follow the astounding adventures of Flexo, the remarkable Rubber Man, in the next issue of Mystic Comics. Don't mind if I do. Not because this is particularly good. I don't know how you guys feel, but I don't know. This doesn't seem that great. I mean, I would really like it if, you know what? Okay, then I kind of approve of Flexo the Rubber Man being retconned as some kind of symbiote, because at least that gives him character. Whereas look at him, he's just characterless. He's like a giant toy. You know, what the only thing he has, the only emotion that he has is whatever emotion you place onto him. And that's kind of warped and twisted in a way. Which makes sense. He's a symbiote. Secretly, he hates everything and he just wants to consume, and yeah, he's a symbiote. Flexo, the Rubber Man, controlled by Joel and Joshua Williams, smashes full force into the murderous arson rackets, coming to grips with the cold-blooded Iron Duke. At an East Side tenement house, after you sign those papers, Mr. Landlord, you're on Easy Street. Alright, let's see what's going on. We burn the building and you get half the insurance dough. And I owe thanks to the Iron Duke. Who's the Iron Duke and what do you mean you owe? Do you owe money to the Iron Duke? Is that what you're saying? The arson fiend is discovered by the policeman. What goes on in here? I'm trying to keep warm, officer. Ha ha ha. Funny joke, sir, but I am not into it. Oh, nope, never mind. You fucking shot him. Coppers should stay on the streets. Now to report to the Duke. The Iron Duke, that's what I want to know. Could this be Flexo the Rubber Man's first supervillain? Instantly, there is a blazing inferno mingled with shouts of help. And the firemen ain't doing shit. Joshua and Joel arrive at the fire. And of course they summon Flexo, because they can't do shit themselves. Alright, so... And Flexo handles it. It's handled. But... rubber burns, right? Like, rubber does melt. Right? Am I correct in that? Rubber does melt. Flexo breaks through the... And, oh, look, he saves the children. Okay, that's good. Alright. Mwah! That's heroic right there. Flexo, you're a good guy. Thank you. After the fire, the three return home. Good work, Flexo. I've got a hunch the Iron Duke's behind these fires. I think I'll look in on him tonight. Where's the Iron Duke? Which one of you motherfuckers is the Iron Duke? That was a nice fire, boys. Too bad that people died. But we're not stopping yet. There's big money in this game. Is this the Iron Duke? Why do they always look like just generic zoot suit guys? By means of the secret microphone, Josh listens on the gang. Joshua? So the Iron Duke is behind this racket. Then he watches the men depart for another job. Spying. I see, we're spying now. Where to now, Duke? We're gonna pay a visit to that stubborn ship owner. Then at the docks. Ah, there she is. That'll make a nice warm fire, eh, Duke? Yes, we are arsonists. The Iron Duke! What do you want here? I came over to talk about fire insurance. Selling... Oh, you don't sell fire insurance by punching people in the face. You silly Iron Duke. Gah! Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Look at that. Punching people in the face. You're not burning my ship. Yeah, I am, you fucking piece of shit. The men, they start burning the ship, but Flexo, who is remarkably unfazed by the presence of fire, he hurls through the door like a bullet and smashes the Iron Duke, ignoring the bullets. Yeah, okay. But what about the fire? Shouldn't he be melting? Rubber melts, right? Ah, fucking melt. It's time for us to get out of here. You said it, buddy. The scientists arrive and they save the burning cabin. Ah, yes. Yes, they got away. They wanted to burn my ship for the insurance money. Ah, nah, they won't bother you again. You see, we got this giant robot here, and he's made of rubber, see? He's melting in the corner like, ugh. However, the Duke makes further plans. We can't let those two fools and their robot stand in our way, so I've devised a plan to rub them out. Ugh, that means a different thing in modern times. That night, the brothers receive a call. Hello, yes, what's that? Oh, there's a man hurt. Yeah, we'll just fucking drive over. We'll just have our robot fix it like he fucking fixes everything. The brothers are fooled by the phone call. Somebody smashed up near the cliff. God, I hope it isn't bad, but it's not bad. It turns out it's a fucking trap. You fuckers a trap. Suddenly, out of nowhere, you're surrounded by a group of gunmen, and oh, is that the Iron Duke? Ah, it's an Iron Duke. So Joel crashes right through the frightened mob. Ha! They were in a car. You didn't take them out of the fucking car. Wait for them to get out of the car before you strike your trap, you gosh darn idiot. The Iron Duke takes careful aim, but his aim isn't very good and nobody dies. Oh, look, he got the rear tire, kablamo. And crashes into a boulder. The car turns into a mass of flames. Help! Oh, you're screaming help? I know who you're screaming help to, motherfucker. Where is he? Thinking that Josh is still in the car, they leave him to burn, but Josh is not in the car. He's going after the Flexo. The Flexo was what we need. The arson leader gets ready to finish Joel. You mean the Iron Duke? The arson leader is the Iron Duke. Alright. It's the Balloon Man, yes! It's that rubber balloon, he's back. Using the leader, the Iron Duke, as a club, Flexo smashes the last of the gang. With a mighty heave, Flexo crushes the Iron Duke, and that ends all of the arson menaces. I'm tired. So am I, but Flexo, he just keeps bouncing along. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about Flexo. Nobody asks Flexo what he's feeling right now, and he will go crazy, and he will kill a bunch of people. In Flexo, the Rubber Man. Look at him. Look at his cold black eyes. Look at those. Jesus. No thoughts, nothing. Just cold darkness within those eyes. Hearing about the ability and power of Flexo, the Rubber Man, Professor Winston, eminent scientist, has come to the home of Joel and Joshua Williams, scientists in their own right, and the inventors of Flexo. Professor Winston seeks the help of the Williams boys through the medium of Flexo, who has the strength of an ox and zooms through the air. You must save this world from a madman. Civilization needs your services. Humanity is in a terrible danger and seeks your aid. Well, you're starting off strong. You could start by fucking introducing yourself, you son of a bitch. You don't gotta fucking put the weight of the world on my goddamn shoulders. Jesus Christ. Are you gonna at least explain what's going on? 2 nights ago, my house was ransacked. Nothing was taken except a formula which I had developed 3 months ago. I have reason to believe that this formula was taken by an agent of Teutonia, for they have already tried to purchase this formula from me. You will be a rich man. We will pay any price for your discovery. The formula is not for sale. In the hands of an evil person, it would bring disaster to humanity. Why? Why? Can you explain? Can you explain? What do you mean? What do you mean? How will it bring disaster? What is it? Less than an ounce of this liquid is sufficient to destroy whole cities? What? So it's an atom bomb? You invented an atom bomb. Okay, that's alright. Of course, this chemical has its good uses. For one, it could cause that miracle of transmutation of metals or help in the cure of cancer. How it can do that, I will not explain. In the hands of... You're a fucking arms dealer, you son of a bitch. Quit lying. I swear it cures cancer. That's why I'm working on this explosive device. It'll cure cancer, I swear. In the hands of the dictator of Teutonia, it can only be a power of evil. Of course we will go, and by we mean Flexo. Flexo will go. Getting into their speed plane, the Williams boys and Flexo quickly take off for Teutonia. Yes. With this tailwind, we should be there within 10 hours, yes. Have this wireless sent to the plane immediately. Yes, sir. They want us to turn back, but we can't. We cannot turn back. We must go on. Let's ask Flexo what he thinks. No, we're not going to ask Flexo what he thinks. If he cares, no. When the plane refuses to turn about, the anti-aircraft guns open fire. Oh, they're fucking... Oh, never mind. Flexo saved him. With the plane out of control, Flexo grabs the William boys and they just fucking land and everything's fine. Everything's fucking fine. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about anything. Flexo is here. Thanos attacking? Just call Flexo. He can handle it. The Skrulls, the Kree? Call Flexo. Kang the Conqueror fucking up time? Call Flexo. Later, taking advantage of the dark, they fly to the window ledge of the dictator's office. Oh, is this gonna be like the Superman thing? Oh, his window is barred. Hey, Flexo, can you fix that? Yeah, he just fucking fixes it. But they gotta open the safe. But then they're captured. Any false move and you're dead, man. Oh, man, maybe we shouldn't have invaded this foreign country alone. Maybe you should have told the authorities that Teutonia has the power to build a nuke. They probably wouldn't even know what a nuke is at that point. Oh, there he is. The closest we're going to get to a supervillain in this story. The Williams boys are brought before the dictator of Teutonia. You are accused of being spies. What have you to say for yourself? We are not spies. Yes, you are. You're literally spies. You crossed the country line secretly so that you can spy on them and steal their formula. We were sent here to find a valuable formula for a powerful explosive that was stolen from Professor Winston of our country. I am well aware of the potency of this formula. It is now in my possession and will make me the conqueror of the world. For your interference, you shall be shot immediately. Alright, immediately you will be shot. Oh, I'm getting in touch with my Flexo by remote control. Of course. Of course. Oh my god, Flexo, you solved the problem again. Look at that. Look at you just destroying people. Just fucking mercilessly killing them. Meanwhile, Flexo is fighting the firing squad. Joel and Joshua have taken the dictator's secretary. If you value your life, you'll tell us where the formula is. Yeah, don't make us call Flexo on you. I'll talk the dictator in a convoy or taking it to the government munitions factory at Leitsburg. Come on, Flexo, we're leaving. What if Flexo one day was just like, nah? What if he was just like, no thanks. I'm good. What would you do? We head west by south. They can't have gone far. Yeah, there they are. They look like Germans. I bet that's by design. We'll get off here, Flexo. You do the rest. Flexo will do the rest. We don't have to do it. That's why we have Flexo. Can he stand the shock? Landing ahead of the convoy, Flexo just fucking stops him. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's my favorite thing is when he's using rubber powers. It's like Mr. Fantastic. He's like, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. He's like stretching. And this predates Mr. Fantastic. I don't know if it predates Plastic Man, because Plastic Man was actually Golden Age, but this predates Mr. Fantastic by quite a while. Run him down! This car is too heavy to stop. That's got him. Except it fucking didn't, you son of a bitch. That's why you gotta fucking respect Flexo. You gotta respecto the Flexo, okay? And then they got the fucking formula back. Thanks to Flexo, civilization is saved, and another dictator is done away with. Thank you, Flexo. Thank you. Thank you so much. You don't get enough gratitude for all the shit that you do for us. That's it. There's Flexo. He died for your fucking sins, okay? And that's the end of this fucking story. I like Flexo. I don't really like Joshua or Joel very much. The Williams boys are fucking lazy. Or I don't know. I just like my heroes to be more capable than that. More proactive. It's like... that gets really, really annoying when they're like, just call Flexo, he'll handle it. Where's Flexo? Because I'm just like, because every time they do that, I'm sitting there, I'm thinking to myself, just make the comic about Flexo. Why does it have to be about anything? Just make it about Flexo. Delete these characters. They don't do anything except boss Flexo around. Flexo is the hero. And he is, goddammit. He's a goddamn hero. Goddamn American treasure, I salute you, sir. But that's it. That's all for Flexo from Mystic Comics. There is more Flexo, and it did come out relatively modern. They had that, what is it? I think it's called The King in Black. it's a big Venom, Carnage, symbiote crossover story that Marvel was doing. And in that story, they had a side story where they took Flexo and they retconned him to be a particularly vicious symbiote. And they retconned it to where they say that Joel and Joshua Williams invented the Flexo the Rubber Man, but they didn't. They just discovered him, and then they used these mechanisms to control him. But in actuality, he's an alien symbiote, and all he wants to do is kill people and eat people. But they have control over him using the remote control. So that's a really interesting story. I recommend you look it up, because there's a really cool image of Flexo morphing into a symbiote, and he's all big and his mouth is all wide and there's all kinds of teeth in there. It is truly horrifying. But I love it because it actually gives Flexo his own sense of autonomy, which is what I desperately want after having read this. I desperately want Flexo to just be like, hey, I want him to get that controller and I want him to smash it, and I want to know what Flexo would do if he was free from their control. Because Joshua and Joel are otherwise fucking useless without him. Anyway, that's Flexo. I love him. I love Flexo. I don't like the Williams boys so much, but what do you guys think? Do you like Flexo? What do you think about the Williams boys? Does this seem like an equal thing for them? It really doesn't. He seems entirely subservient, but I don't know. Anyway, that's it for this comic. If you liked reading this comic book with me and you want to read more comics with me, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, nerds, stay heroic.